live. We're recording. It's all happening. No one cares.
No, no one's watching us. That's fine. We're just
Okay.
alone in the world.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, welcome everyone to the podcast, Totally Broken Opinions, monthly edition, because we gave up trying to do it weekly. This is April 2025. Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to cover this month. We're 2 days early, but hey, look. Schedules. I mean, I had nothing going on. I'm assuming Dan. I blame Dan.
Blame me?
Yeah, for making us do it on the
What the fuck?
20th. I was going to make us do it on the Sunday, but I was busy, so which we will get to.
I was also busy this Sunday as well. So.
Well, I was in London, so
I was at home, but I was busy being depressed. So.
well, I was in London at probably the worst time because the London Marathon was on, and there was a massive football game. So
there's a few football games on this.
yes,
this
well,
weekend.
the one that was at Wembley. So
Yeah, the FA.
I guess I have no fucking clue. I just was going to the smaller Wembley Centre next to Wembley, and then it was just like, hey, look, there's a lot of football people now, and there's a lot of cops because they know what's gonna happen.
You know?
Yeah, British fucking cunts. Anyway, let's start. What did you get up to, Dan?
Wow, this month, I will be honest, has been sort of a reset month. I completely redone my office, and if anyone's on the live stream, you can now see a Lego set behind my head.
Nice.
It is a Lego Milky Way Galaxy.
Lego.
Oh, nice.
Okay, it's a bit blurry because it's struggling to get because I've got my background blurred. There you go.
Yeah, so I got a Lego Milky Way Galaxy in the background. Maybe it adds more trinkets or something. But yeah, so I've now reconfigured my office. I'm now in the middle, and I've got my 3D printer to the side of me.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Yeah, no. I got my 3D printer, a normal printer, a Cricut,
Mm-hmm.
and my partner's got her desk next to me as well. And yeah,
Ugh.
and then I've kind of been tidying up, a bunch of shit everywhere. You know,
You're like
just
that
resetting for
epitome of
summer.
the couple goals picture of the two massive like lounge chair sofas, with your two desks next to each other. Trying to find the picture.
I feel like
Yeah,
I've
this.
been watching this stream.
Like, yeah, like it's just the two set up with two desks next to each other. See. Also, if you really wanted to do that one. But
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
it's obviously
Right.
obviously the internet is. I mean, that's also sure. Anyway.
Yeah, we've got our two desks. She does have a pink mouse mat and a white mouse,
Mm-hmm.
as you probably could have guessed. I have a space mouse mat because space.
Well,
Milky Way Galaxy.
eventually, this office that I'm in will be changing around as well, but I haven't got the item that I need to do that yet, because this thing over here is fucking off, and I'm getting a new one. So
Is that a TV? Oh, it's blurry.
Yes.
I can't quite tell. But I'm guessing
yes,
it's a TV.
it's a TV, but it's the broken one from the Broken Saga, and then Samsung's giving me a new one as a replacement. But because I can't be asked to wait the amount of time that it was, I bought a new one, so I now have two 65 TVs.
And what are you going to do with the new one when it gets repaired? Or the old one when it gets repaired?
Well, the old one can't get repaired, so I'm getting a new one as a replacement because the part that the part that's broke isn't. They don't do it anymore, so they have to give me an alternate solution, which is get a new TV. And I went and bought a new TV, so I'm going to have two 65-inch TVs, one 8K and one 4K. And what I'm probably going to do is over in this corner, I'm going to take some stuff out of my bedroom where there's like a side thing, so I can put the TV on that. I'm going to move the cupboards out. I'm going to move this desk over there. And then I'm going to have a little sofa here. and then I'm gonna try and set it up so like this is just the gaming room slash
Yeah.
office slash like just gym area. So it
There's
should.
a dartboard in there.
Well, I have this thing, ugh, which is a little shitty.
It's not a
plastic.
dartboard, is it?
I don't want a dartboard. I don't like darts.
Why not?
Darts sucks.
Dartboard. It's so much fun.
It's not. I like just throwing it.
The only sport where the more you drink, the better you get.
And the fatter you are, the better you are.
Yeah, more stability, you know?
And you can eat food whilst doing it.
No, only sport you get drunk while doing it.
And you can eat food. You can have a pork pie or whatever it is.
Talk about eating food. I'm currently eating a McFlurry.
Yes. I had a McFlurry yesterday when I came back from
How did
London. Yeah. Because we came back, I got home at 1 a.m. So I'm tired. So forgive the no energy.
I also have a bit of lack of energy. I mean, I've already had a pint this afternoon. Believe it or not. I came home from work, had a pint.
Nice.
So yeah, I came in from work at 5:30, and then my girlfriend was like, "Right, she's tired. I'm tired."
Do you want to get drunk?
So we both had, we both had to go to the pub for food, right? So we ordered food at 5:45. So my mindset, it's 5 minutes on the road. So my mindset is, I can easily get back here for 7, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
So we ordered at 5:45. I'm still waiting at 5:30 for my food. Still hasn't arrived, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just arrives. And then my partner ordered a steak, right? She ordered it medium, but it was fucking cremated.
Mm-hmm.
It was so overdone. And my food was shit as well.
So
So
you'll
I
be
sent
going
the
back
steak
there
back.
every day.
Yeah. So I sent her steak back. And then I had finished mine. And half an hour later, they still hadn't brought it out. So at 7 o'clock, when I'm meant to be doing the podcast, she's had no dinner. And so we got it back. Got a refund for the meal, and then she was hungry, so we went to McDonald's, and because quick as possible, basically. And while I was there, I was like, "Well, I might as well have a McFlurry." So that's why I'm eating McFlurry right now.
Nice. Do you know what's weird? I also had a weird food story yesterday when I was in London, because I went to London. We went to we were just walking around, so we went to the PlayStation concert. So this.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying you into that.
Yeah, so it's basically just a bunch of PlayStation's most iconic games, the soundtracks, and like some of the songs, stuff from it. Really good experience. Really nice. They did really cool visuals. They did like the music was great. Like, it was always fun for me just going, I know that game. I know that game. I haven't played it, but I know it. Like, you can clock which ones you do and don't. Like, there was yeah, it was a lot of fun. But we basically ended up going to the OVO Wembley Centre, which is just on the side of Wembley. And it was it was opened at 6:30 and it started at 8, and it was 2 hours 20 minutes. So, and then it was an hour from Wembley to the station where I am to then get a train back. But the annoying thing was, on the day, because it was a Sunday, they had rail replacements for some of it.
Yeah.
So to get back home, it was a coach. So what would have taken normally about 45 minutes took 20 minutes plus an hour to get to the station. So normally we would have probably gotten back around midnight. We ended up getting back around 1:15 in the morning. So I had to get up at 6:30 a.m.
Ooh, lovely.
But I didn't have it too bad, because my other mate has to go back up to work, and he's up north, and he had to get a train, and he had to get up at like 6 a.m. To get the train to then go. But he also starts work at 10, and it's like 3 hours to get back from where he was. So. And so he had to cycle as well for a bit of it. So he was pushing it. I don't actually know how he did, so I have to go and check in on
He's
that.
just dead in a ditch somewhere.
Probably. I mean, I saw him on PlayStation earlier, so he's not dead.
Okay.
I mean, he could have crashed out and just decided to live out his life there. But But yeah, no, really good experience. I recommend anyone who can go and get it. They've still got a couple more tour dates if anyone's interested.
Have you got any near me?
No, the last
Oh,
of the UK ones was this month.
Did they ever have any near me? I don't remember seeing it or anything.
It was basically Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle, Glasgow, Wembley Arena, London,
Fucking
and then
bullshit.
Dublin, Ireland. So if you wanted to go across,
Never fucking near me.
you could have gotten a ferry to Dublin.
It's cheaper to get a plane.
Okay, well you could have got on a plane then, Dan. But that was on the 19th.
You're right, I could have. I mean, I didn't know it was happening. So.
No, I told you. I told you months ago.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I was.
You could have looked it up, Dan. Don't blame them. Blame yourself.
I only thought they were doing it in London. I
Look,
thought
Dan,
it was
if you
cheaper,
want to
but I
go,
had plans.
there's some tickets today or tomorrow in Amsterdam. So you go to Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, let me just fly to Amsterdam tonight to go watch.
Or Paris.
PlayStation.
Yeah. Paris is on the 30th. May 1st is Germany. France is May 2nd. Germany again, May 4th. So you could go on Star Wars Day and watch some PlayStation stuff.
Nah, I'm alright. I'm probably gonna go watch the Thunderbolts or something. Probably likely.
I'm going to go watch that on Thursday.
How much are you looking forward to it? I've got
I
expectations for this film.
am looking forward to it. I don't like how they're doing the trailers because the trailers just show everything. And also I don't like how Marvel basically just ruined who lives and who dies.
Yeah, the weirdest thing, it does feel like a Suicide Squad trailer.
To be fair, I've only
James
watched
Gunn's
2 of them. Oh, James Gunn's one, maybe.
Yeah. James Gunn. Not the shit one.
Not original Suicide Squad, where it was just
No,
pop
the
music.
Suicide Squad. It just got this very similar sort of vibe, the trailer.
Well, if they did what the original Suicide Squad was, which when the first trailer came out, everyone loved it, and then they went and recut the movie to be more like the trailer.
To be fair, Marvel recently has done one good movie, one meh movie in cycle. I know you weren't so much a fan of Deadpool Wolverine, but it was well received on the whole.
No, I'm not saying Deadpool Wolverine was a bad movie. I just think out of the Deadpool movies, it's probably the worst one. But that's not a bad thing because the Deadpools are such a high bar. It's
Yeah, I
just
think in terms of,
basically
like,
it's basically like a 9.8, a 9.7, and a 9.6. That's all it is.
Oh, fine, but still, it's
Like I don't think they're
think
bad.
yeah.
I just think out of the ones
They're
I
technically
enjoyed the
cycle.
most. Hmm.
The cycle of Marvel films have like been meh good, meh good.
So you're
meh
saying
good.
Fantastic
So-
Four is going to be shit then, Dan?
Probably.
No, the second trailer looks good. It actually shows you stuff.
And what the latest Captain America was pretty meh. So
Well, yes, obviously.
this one, could be a
This
decent
one
film.
does look good, but they are just showing everything in the trailers from what I've been able to tell. So.
Well, I kind of just I've learned this ability of just blanking out stuff in the trailers. So
Well,
you know,
I normally whenever I go and watch something, I don't acknowledge like it's the whole entire build up. If I see the trailers, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Yep, but then as soon as I see the movie, I don't remember anything that happened in the trailers. I don't look for stuff.
Yeah.
So like when I saw Rogue One, like there's loads that was cut from the original trailers and stuff like that from the final film. And
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that any of that stuff wasn't there. So it's like, okay. It's only until people start pointing it out that my brain goes, oh yeah, that was a shot in that trailer. Doesn't matter. Like all of the Endgame stuff as well. It's like Hulk running through Wakanda after like whatnot. And it's like, that's not in the movie because they added fake
No.
scenes. Like my brain didn't even go, oh yeah, that was in the trailers. I didn't
Thing
remember
is, I think adding fake scenes only works if the audience knows there's going to be fake scenes.
Well, yeah, because then you get the I think yesterday. Well, I don't think it was a fake scene, but I think it's gonna be because there was a lawsuit for the movie yesterday, that Beatles but what if they didn't exist movie, and the guy then creates songs. Anna de Armas was originally in that, but then they cut her scenes out of the movie, but they still had her in the trailer. So
Yeah.
these two guys decided to sue the company who distributed it. I can't remember who, but to get their money, like to sue them for like millions to get their money back because they felt like they were hard done by because they only went to see it because of Anna de Armas. And so like it would set a
They're only
precedent.
gonna get what they paid for it.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find it.
Talk about Star Wars and things. Have you started watching Andor?
I have started watching Andor season 2.
Is it any good? I mean, I still haven't seen season 1 yet. So
No, Andor is the best thing Star Wars has done. Like honestly, like apart from like, well, I don't know. It's the best modern Star Wars has ever been. Basically, like there's nothing that compares.
Is it better than Mandalorian season 1?
Fuck yeah, obvious. Like it doesn't hold a candle to it. Like Andor is just good television in the Star Wars universe. Mandalorian is like nostalgia / like good television. Like this is just the guy who created it hates Star Wars, so he just wanted to make a good story in the Star Wars universe. That's the easiest way to do it. But yeah, no, Andor is.
Right? Andor should not be good.
No, it's a spin-off from a spin-off of a spin-off.
Yeah, and the guy has no powers. You know what happens in his fate.
Yeah, but it's a very compelling story. It like this deals with like all of the stuff that people want in a thing. Well, I don't know. Like there are always going to be people who don't like it just because it exists. But it's basically tackling the topics that people are like scared to tackle nowadays. It's like here's immigration policy. Like all the things that people would like I don't want in Star Wars because it's not Star Wars. It does it well.
Yeah.
But like the first 3 like it's also not a character that you're meant to like. Like it explicitly goes out of its way to just show him being the absolute worst person, but you're still rooting for him, which is always a compelling thing. You're like you never actually want to love it. But no, it's a really good show. I feel like the first 3 episodes of season 2, I think people are mixed on it mainly because, but it's I think I don't know, but I think it's just because it's set up, and you haven't seen the last couple episodes yet. It is basically it takes place over like 1 or 2 days. The first 3 episodes, and it's basically just catching you up to where the season 1 ended. It's a year later. It's still 4 years before the battle of, like before the Death Star sort of actually, like Rogue One basically happens, and whatnot. I think I can't remember. Star Wars' timeline is stupid. Disney for whatever reason only ever goes like 5 years either side of a thing, because they had a Star Wars celebration in Japan this month. And so you got some news about like the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. You got Ryan Gosling is going to be in a Star Wars movie with Sean Levy, who directed Deadpool and Wolverine, as the guy, and it's going to be a fighter pilot one. But it's very like you just go, oh, okay, yeah. But the Ryan Gosling thing, it was like, oh, when's it set? 5 years after Rise of Skywalker. Because Disney can't, for whatever reason, can't get any further than 5 years. And the one time that they did, it was a shit show. So I don't think you're ever going to get, like, Star Wars just seems, for whatever reason, Disney will not let them venture outside of 5 years or 5 years before something that's already been in Star Wars.
When do you think is the next Star Wars film going to come out?
It's gonna be next year. It's after Secret Wars or Doomsday.
Is it?
Yeah, it's meant to be after a few weeks after Doomsday. and it's going to be the Mandalorian Grogu one, I think. Or Ryan Gosling's one.
Really?
I can't remember what.
Okay, well, when's the next actual proper? Um,
Star Wars.
yeah.
Well, they've got a Rey, well, not prequel, sequel thing. But the thing is, Disney and Star Wars is Disney loves to announce something for Star Wars and then just cancel it because the director or the star has done something bad. So like, James Mangold is supposedly doing a Star Wars thing. The guy who did Logan and a bunch of other the Ford v Ferrari movie, stuff like that. He's got a Star Wars thing in the pipeline, which is meant to be like the beginning of the like Force, basically. Patty Jenkins was gonna have a Rogue Squadron movie, which is like the bad guy. Like so, yeah. But then she got taken off of it because Wonder Woman did bad, or Wonder Woman 2 did bad. But they were like, oh no, it's yeah, but it's like, oh yeah, it wasn't because of that. The Game of Thrones people were gonna do Star Wars. Like Disney just loves to announce things and then just go, oh, this bad thing happened. We're not gonna give any, like, we're not gonna let you do it anymore. So
yeah.
Who knows if any of this shit's gonna come out until it actually happens. Mandalorian Grogu is like the only thing that you can 100% say is gonna come out. Because it's Jon Favreau who's doing it, and he's basically Disney's poster boy for like getting stuff done.
Yeah, I always find it mad. It's always Jon Favreau doing it.
Well, Jon Favreau's good because Jon Favreau is basically the yes guy. He will just let Disney go. Yeah, this is what he'll fight, I guess, for the property, but he's the Lion King, he's Iron Man, and he's Star Wars.
I mean, like,
so
you just wouldn't expect it from seeing him as an actor. You just don't think he is the director.
No, but like I think what's happening is they're trying to kind of like I imagine what's happening is they're trying to mold him to be like the Kevin Feige of
yeah, I guess so.
Disney sort of. I feel like he's gonna probably if this is what he wants, I don't know, but I feel like they're gonna set him up to be like a sort of figurehead of Disney's like board of like kind of like Bob Iger, like he'll run Disney, but I don't know. I feel like as a creative, not as like the like I reckon he'll be like a Kevin Feige type because at the moment it's Kathleen Kennedy who runs Star Wars. I feel like her replacement will be Jon Favreau, kind of like James Gunn is leading DC, and whatnot. But yeah, I think it could be interesting. But yeah, no, I recommend Andor. If you're looking for good Star Wars, you don't need to really know Star Wars. It will just have like it's not how like you know how the Mandalorian and Grogu like the Mandalorian basically loves to just go look at this thing that you have no fucking clue, but for a Star Wars fan that's really good.
Yeah,
like that blatant just like circle like nostalgia porn stuff where it's just it serves no purpose to the plot, but it's just we put it in there because Star Wars fans would like it, or it's just outrageously just shown because that's just to get people to go, oh, that's a thing I remember. Whereas Andor, every fucking thing in it serves a purpose. There's no wasted nostalgia. If they show something that's for nostalgia, it is for a purpose. It's not that's why I like it so much. I'm like, yes, it's good. You don't need to know Star Wars. It still works without it. It helps and it makes it better, but you don't need to know Star Wars because it's just good television.
Star Wars is such a weird thing because it's such like a linear story.
Oh yeah.
And it don't know. To me, it feels kind of odd to try to have such a linear story, then try to. Almost feels like it's trying to force it to branch off to something else.
Well,
but then kind of branch off, but then kind of run parallel with the main story, then feed back into the main story. Posts.
Well, they're trying to do Marvel. They're trying to do Well, Star
Yeah, but
Wars was
it's wrong.
well,
It's
it
done in
was
the wrong order.
well, yeah, obviously, because he made episodes 4, 5, and 6 before he made episodes 1, 2, and 3, and so it was backtracking. And then there's a quote, I think, I can't remember if the story's true, but someone had to remind George Lucas to have Ewan McGregor pick up Anakin Skywalker after he's defeated him in Revenge of the Sith, because he takes Anakin's lightsaber and gives it to Luke, and George Lucas was just not going to put any of that in the film. So, like, Star Wars has always been a mess. No matter what, who or where or anything, Star Wars is just one of those things that it's the most common thing that you could think of.
Yeah.
It is a story for everyone, but people want to gatekeep it for some fucked reason.
I just find it so uninspiring, the whole story of Star Wars.
I think that is what I think Star Wars was well, the thing with Star Wars is it was the catalyst for a lot of things. So
Yeah,
you're
I get it
basically
when it came out, right? I can understand it. I can understand this whole thing originally, and I can even understand the prequels to an extent because kids growing up, whatever. But then everything after that was clearly just a cash grab.
obviously they paid 4 point something billion dollars for it.
And none of it feels natural. Like, none of the story feels natural. For me, the whole sequel trilogy is just a direct rip-off of the original trilogy.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Here's what it is. The first one is why you think that. The second one tried to divert, and then they found backlash, forced them to divert back, and then just make no one happy. That's why it feels so weird.
Yeah, it's so shit.
Star
It's
Wars.
a really shit
Well, this is the
trilogy.
thing. Well, it's blame Star Wars fans because it's so popular and so wide that you will never satisfy anyone. But Disney is so hell-bent on trying to satisfy everyone that they end up pleasing no one, so it just becomes the most generic and boring thing that you could imagine. What you need is you don't need people who love Star Wars making Star Wars. You need people who hate Star Wars making Star Wars, because then you get good stuff. Because they don't give a shit about any of the nostalgic, fan servicey shit.
Yeah, because
It's why you need people who hate Marvel making Marvel movies. Like, people who like Marvel movies should never direct a Marvel movie. Because
no.
they will just make a Marvel movie. They won't make anything new. Like, imagine if you had, I think there's there are people who love the, for example, Spider-Verse. They probably love Spider-Man, and they probably love that. But they also they know it's a job, and they know how to make it good. They're not going.
Look at Christopher Nolan as well, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah,
he doesn't like Superman,
he-
superhero films, so he made a very good trilogy of films.
Yeah, it's that you're removed from it. You're listening to people who like it and going, okay, I'm going to adapt that and make it my own. Whereas a lot of stuff is just, I want to, it's that I was a child when it came out, so I just want to put all the things that I like in. That's why I feel like Kevin Feige's now basically going, my time is running out. I just want to shove everything that I liked as a kid into Marvel before, so that I can say I did it rather than letting someone else later down the line do it.
Marvel's
That's why
just got this whole thing. Everything's too rushed. Everything. It's trouble when you have a massive film universe. You've got aging actors, got contracts expiring.
Well,
You're trying to build this whole massive story, and it's not easy to do in film format. It probably actually would be easier if they did more TV shows or, let's say, specials on Disney Plus.
I think they just need to sort of do what they originally did, which was untie it from the mainline stuff, like Daredevil Born Again. I have no idea how Daredevil Born Again is connecting to the MCU other than the vague sort of plot points that they suggest. But
we should keep it that way.
Well, yeah. But yeah, because I'll get on to Daredevil Born Again, because the last couple episodes of season 1 came out, so it was good. It finished well, very strong. There's a very good moment that does kind of top the moment in the first season of the original Daredevil with Kingpin and stuff. Overall, yeah, ends strong. Looking forward to season 2. Hope it keeps up its momentum. Because they didn't fuck it up, which is always a positive. There's some bits and pieces of like, okay, yeah, I could see that. But no, it's good. I liked it. That's more or less what I have to say on that.
Hey, talk about Dark Knight. I actually rewatched it this month for the first time in about 10 years.
I have to because it's on Prime at the moment, and it's leaving in a couple days, I think. So I was planning on doing it over the weekend, but then I had plans, so I was like, I can't do it. So
I genuinely forgot how good it was.
I haven't watched them in ages. I don't think I've watched them since like 2015.
Yeah,
so like 10 years ago.
Because my partner's never seen them, so I was like, "Oh, I'll watch it with it." And I was like, "Actually, this is actually very good. It's a very good film."
Well, that's because it's
so
by a
much
director with
praise.
their own like they insert their
Yeah.
own flair, whereas Marvel is just we're gonna do it ourselves. Like every Marvel fight scene is already decided by Marvel before they get a chance to the director.
Yeah.
Like everything from Deadpool and like that's why they go and get people from like TV who are good at fitting in the box of like here's how we operate. Come in, you're doing an episode of TV for a season that's been on for like years. Like
Yeah.
you know how to work in this toy box that's been going forever. Like if you went and did like a Grey's Anatomy episode, you're like, okay, I can play around with this like I can make it my own sort of, but it still has to fit the world that it's already in. That's what they're trying to look for with Marvel directors, and I imagine Star Wars directors now. Whereas I feel like if you want to give it a fresh paint, you just gotta let people fuck about in that universe and not be so tied to it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the art of the first, set of Marvel films. I wouldn't say, most of the first set of Marvel films weren't great, but
Well,
they
except
were
for one.
organic. So most. Most of them weren't great, but they felt a lot more organic.
Well, it was a stepping stone. It was building. It was like no one had ever done this before. We are now plotting kind of
Like
little seeds.
The whole phase 2 of Marvel was
Got
I think
very
the best.
yeah. It did have some stinkers in it. To be fair, I think Marvel, like the first one and the second one, probably 50-50, 60-40. And then phase 3 is probably 70-30, I reckon, in terms of like what was like good. And then probably let's say for phase 4 60 bad, 40 good.
Yeah.
And then phase 5 I can't even tell you because I don't even remember where's phase 5.
Mutants. They may just focus on just their mutant stories.
Probably. I don't know. I feel like they just need. I don't know. Who knows?
But there's so many. Supposedly Gambit might still be getting a film.
Well, he's in Doomsday.
Yeah, but I've heard he still may get a film. Apparently.
I don't know why they're doing that because it doesn't need to be.
I think it was just the fan reception got so high.
Yeah, but that's why I don't think you should listen to fans.
No, you shouldn't. Absolutely not.
Because it was making fun of it. It was like I like him because he's bad. It's not like it's bad. Anyway, I want to talk about a better thing anyway. Let's talk about Sinners. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, all in. The best movie of the year so far.
I feel like that's not a lot of competition.
No, but I reckon it's got legs. It is generally such a well-directed movie, such a good like story. The acting in it's great. The CGI for like the duplicate, because it's Michael B. Jordan and Michael C. Jordan, playing off of each other. Like the back and forth is like really good. I won't spoil it because I think people just need to go in completely blind. Like, if you
I
know,
guess what put me off it was just the fact that it was a horror. As soon as
it's
I read it was
really
horror, I
not
was like,
that. Okay, but I don't find horror scary.
no, but I normally just find horror bad.
This is
That's why.
this
Because yeah.
this is
I've never
good. It's
seen.
not. It's not. It's more thriller than it is horror.
Okay, yeah, I like because things I like thrillers, but normally anything that says horror, I've never seen a good horror film. Not once. I can't
Well,
think of a single good horror.
horror films are always weird for me because I don't like stupid protagonists, and horror
Yeah.
always have the dumbest fucking
I,
characters.
yeah, that's probably why I hate it.
But this
It's
is just, the
so
characters aren't
shit.
dumb. Yeah,
All right.
none of the characters in this are dumb. They're all just trying to survive basically, and they're doing what you would do in that circumstance in real life. They're not exaggerated like to the point where they just seem like whatnot. They're actually smart.
Maybe
They
that's
actually
the,
look
the
into it.
difference between horror and thriller. Like horror's dumb and thriller's smart.
Well, this says it's a horror film, so I don't know. I feel like it's I don't even know if I'm saying thriller is like the correct term for it.
To be fair, thriller just means suspenseful.
Yeah, I'd say it's more that. I'd say it's more suspense driven than it is.
Horror
Like-
is meant more for scare.
Yeah, no, I don't think this is scary. This movie, unless you're terrified of okay, minor spoilers if you haven't watched the trailers and you are going in blind. It is a vampire movie
That's fine.
set in 1932, so just after the clan's kind of been wiped out, but they're not been wiped out, and it's a bunch of black
Yeah.
people going to like a dance basically at like after like these two people who have left their hometown come back. They've made a bunch of money somehow, and they're setting up a club basically, and it's for the
Right.
black people of the community, and it's so that they can bring back some stuff, and then vampires happen. But it is so much more than that, and I don't do it justice by that description. I think if you have a chance, go watch it. It's really good.
Maybe I should watch it then.
I recommend it. No, it's really you will enjoy it
Oh yeah, I think I would have.
because it's something new. It's a completely original. It's very well done
I
acting.
tend to like Michael B. Jordan. Anything he does, like
And
he's
Haley
a great
Steinfeld.
guy. And Haley Steinfeld, yeah.
And the other main lead in it never worked in Hollywood. It's their first acting role.
Oh, really?
And they learn how to because it's very music focused. That's the
Yeah.
other and they learn how to play all the music for the role. I think
It's also my kind of film, to be honest.
I really recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. Just even if you watch it on streaming when it comes out, give it a chance because
Yeah,
like
that sounds good. Actually, that sounds like a good recommendation. That sounds like something I'd like.
it is doing very well. It's got like 98, 84, 82, 8.2.
Is
Whatever.
there any jump scares at all?
Minor? I don't know. I don't feel. I never.
I have to watch it by myself.
I don't think there are jump scares, but they're not real. They're
You've got to remember, my partner got scared at Ant-Man.
fair.
She
I
was frightened
I would say
of-
I
Just
reckon
seeing
you
her boobs
could.
right now.
Like I reckon you could probably do this. I feel like that it is tense, but it's not. I feel like it's not like a jump scare where it's just like bang. It actually builds up,
Yeah.
and then when the actual jump scare happens, the release is actually good. It's not just like scare like just snap. Like it does it. All the jump scares, if there are jump scares that I don't know. I never do them, but I feel like they all have the appropriate build up, and then they happen, and then the release is just like that's what a good jump scare is, I guess. Whereas I feel like the most horror movies just default to a loud noise basically, and a cut to something. Like this actually just has like actual, it flows basically.
Right.
So no, I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to. There are post-credit scenes as well, so stick around for the end.
Ooh. Are they for like sequel basing, or are they just?
No,
wrapping
it's
up
just
these-
finishing up the story. Well, not even finishing up the story. It's just kind of like gives you more, essentially.
Right.
Like the story is over, but then it just gives you that nice, here's some more if you want it, basically. It's a mid credit and then an end credit, but I haven't actually watched the end credit because I didn't know there was an end credit. But I think I won't tell you what the end credit is, but I don't know if it's worth sticking around for. You can leave, but I think it's just a moment that would be good. And then the other thing that I did was play the Blueprints.
Blueprints. What's that?
It's a sort of rogue-like house builder thing where you're trying to, but it's a puzzle-solving strategy game.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
So it's on PlayStation Plus for free and Xbox Game Pass for free, I think. So.
Oh, is it?
If you have the tier that gives you all of the games, not just the free game a month thing.
Yeah, is that the essential?
The second one.
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, so it's on PlayStation.
That sounds like, once again, right up my street. I love puzzles.
Basically, what you do is you have a floor plan, and you get different building rooms that you end up putting in a sequence, and you can only set them in certain orientations. So you basically have a certain amount of steps that you can go through, and each time you walk into a room, you lose a step. So you get 50 steps in total. And then you're basically going through rooms. There's locked doors, so you need to find keys and gems and things to start unraveling the mystery of like how this house works, how to get to the secret room at the end. You'll start finding like puzzles. It's one of those ones where you need a notepad to write down all the clues.
That's great.
And yeah, no, it's really fun. I streamed it the other day. And like it's a fun like couple hour a day. You go in, you try and build a room layout to try and get to the end. You try and find all the little secrets. There's little puzzles that you can do. Yeah, no, it's really fun. And like there's certain things that like you're looking for, and then you'll start piecing it together and you're like, oh fuck, that's how that works. And you'll start unlocking more and more rooms as you go on. And then you'll start going, this is what that clue that I found ages ago unlocks, basically.
Yes.
So no, I highly recommend it. It's really fun.
I don't think I've played any new games this month, but I finished Split Fiction.
Did you see that they're making a movie?
I heard that, yeah. Although I don't think it's confirmed yet. I think it's just there's people invested or people.
Well, Sydney Sweeney's attached to it potentially, so.
Yeah, I think because they haven't sold the rights to it yet, and
No.
I think the guy who made the game said it would only sell it if he knew it would be as good as the game.
Yeah. So it won't ever get made.
Yeah, probably not. But honestly, that was probably the best game I played in years. Like it was so good. Like the story was amazing. The gameplay was so innovative.
I still need to play it. I still need to play the other one that they did.
Oh, It Takes Two.
Well, all of them, because they're all. We should just create a channel. We have a channel. Let's just play them. Because they have a Way Out as well. I think is the same studio where it's like your prison breaking, like you're breaking out of prison.
Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just very good. Like
it's so
co-op.
refreshing to have a game like that from a AAA, from like EA, like a massive publisher. And
it's nothing to do with it. It's just that indie division that they probably don't even.
You know,
they don't even recognize. It's just like, oh yeah, we'll publish it because we promised that we'll make an indie studio. Because otherwise we'd probably be broken up and we're not allowed to make games anymore.
But it's so refreshing to have a game like that has like all the all the appeal of like a AAA game.
Yeah. Well, I played because part of that EA like indie thing was one of this game, which I love. Is just it's just a cute little you're going around and it's all about sound. So you're just Dan's frozen. Is it me or him? Looks like it's me. But it also looks like it's him. Oh, we're all frozen. Have I fixed all of the world's problems?
Yeah, I can see you again now.
Good. Okay. I didn't realize
I was frozen on the stream as well.
I saw I was frozen. Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was me. But yeah, this game is part of EA's like indie game thing, and this came out ages ago.
Right.
But you're basically a little animal, and you end up trying to sync sound to communicate with the other ones, and you go around trying to find. Like, it was just a really cute, cool game. And it has like a. Oh yeah, they're just all creative. Like, look at the art style of this, man. It's crazy.
So good.
No, we're not
Every
opening
time.
eggs.
Fuck,
But that's-
fuck Call of Duty.
Well, no, because this is my problem. Because like you're looking at say the Nintendo Switch 2, right? They've jacked up the graphics and everything, so it can do 4K, it can do whatnot and everything. But then you're still getting like Cyberpunk and all of these things running less than a PC, right? And people are then going, "Oh, it looks shit." I'm like, this is the problem with having ultra realistic like graphics, because it looks shit when it doesn't have the highest high.
Yeah.
Whereas like an indie game like this looks great no matter where it is, because it has an art style, and that art style looks incredible. Whereas like realism, you could look at your own hand and go, yeah, cool. That guy has a hand. I don't love the push for everything to be super realistic.
Because if you want that, you have to pay for like the PC. Really, that's what you got to pay for.
Well, no, I don't even think.
I mean, like if you want to have a game that has super high fidelity and ray tracing, your max settings, and everything, you're gonna need a PC, right? It's just not possible to do it on a console, because the PC you have to buy will be like $3,000.
Yeah.
Right, because that is just how much the technology works. With the Switch, that's not the target market. The target market is usually families, couples, like for Mario Kart. Mario Kart is the best.
Mario Kart is the thing, yeah. But yeah, that
you need to know. That's the Switch. The Switch is Mario Kart.
It isn't. It's like you want. Like, I understand people's complaint that the Switch One is limited, and games are now progressing to a point where, like, you look at Pokemon, they are laggy because the Switch can't really handle it at this point, because they want to make more expansive Pokemon games, but the Switch isn't really capable of doing it.
No.
So having a more powerful Switch is a good thing, don't get me wrong, but let the creativity drive it, not the ultra realistic graphics, because you can only hit it at a certain point, and I don't care. If everything looks the same because it's ultra realistic, it has no style. It just looks like the amount of times
every other game.
Well, yeah, that's the amount of times I see like a headline, the most realistic video game you will ever see, come like a trailer for that, and it looks like every fucking generic shooter that you could ever imagine, and then the game comes out and people go, wow, it looks great, the gameplay kind of is okay. Like, the amount of times it happens is crazy. Like, ultra realistic means you have massive file sizes for no reason. And then you can't.
You can have like amazing looking games, but that just not be ultra realistic.
Yeah. Like, I don't I like the fact that they have remastered The Last of Us, but the original version of The Last of Us still looked fucking incredible for that console. Yeah. At that time, I was not playing the game for ultra realistic Joel or Ellie. No. I was playing it for that story, the gameplay, the fucking everything else. It is nice to look at The Last of Us 1 and 2 in their Ultimate Editions and go, it looks really good, but that is not the reason I am playing it. I am playing it for everything else.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've not played that game because it looks good. I
No,
played it because
you
I've
play it
heard
for the
it's a
story.
good, the story, the gameplay.
Yeah. It could look like a PS2 like PNG image, and I would have still loved that game.
Yeah, I did. There does seem like a few people who do just buy games because of what they look like, not actually how they play.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. I've never understood that logic. The whole point of a game isn't because of what it looks like. If you care about what something looks like, go watch a film.
Yeah, that's why I
You
think
get
a
more
lot of
through it.
people that's why I think a lot of people want. I think a lot of people want a film experience. But they also
Like, fucking play Detroit Become Human.
fair.
That's basically a game and a film, right? It's like it takes one. Sorry, what the fuck? What's it called? Two.
Beyond Two Souls?
No, Two Tails, Tell Two, something like that.
Take Two?
Take Two. I don't know. No, not Take Two, is it?
What are you trying to say?
The games that are like story-based games that are decision-making. They did like loads, like Game of
Interactive?
Thrones.
Oh, Telltale.
That's it, Telltale. I know it's a TT, but I can't remember.
Right, yeah.
Fuck, it was a while.
Yeah.
It's a fake one.
It's basically you're just playing a cutscene and then having a visual novel, basically, where you get like
Yeah.
one choice and you're like, here, I watch everything else, or like I click through a bunch of text, or watch a bunch of cutscenes, like every thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not opposed to like different strokes for different folks. Let people have what they want, but
Yeah,
I
that's
do
the best attribute.
I do find the push for the highest ultra graphical fidelity super weird because I know what always comes from it, which is then porn.
Yeah, that's true.
And don't get me wrong, cartoons also get the porn treatment. You can't avoid it. But when you get ultra high realistic Ellie, who is 14, and then people go,
That's wrong.
yeah. Oh, she's at 18 in the second one. It's fine. No. Stop.
No, that's not how it works.
No. Does not work like that. Anyway, that was that.
Anyway.
Let's talk about Minecraft because I didn't watch it, but
Neither
it
did I.
certainly is doing well. So,
It's doing so well.
well,
I
yeah,
know,
it's a kids
It was
movie.
like Chicken Jockey was like the big thing.
Yeah, it's a meme.
I saw trending for ages.
Jack Black singing in a video game movie or any movie is given, guaranteed.
I mean, he always sings in video game movies, doesn't he? Like,
He sings in every movie.
yeah.
But yeah, it's currently at 817 globally million.
I've heard it's actually done fan service somewhat well. In
I
terms of,
don't
like,
know.
incorporating creators into designing the sets. That's
Didn't
what I've
watch.
heard. I don't know how true that is.
I am not the generation. Well, I am probably the Well, I don't know. I'm probably on the cusp of the generation that liked Minecraft.
I like Minecraft, but
Yeah, but you're younger than me. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I am like that 2-year difference between you loving Minecraft or like liking Minecraft or just not giving a shit about Minecraft.
thing is, I loved it when I was growing up, but not now. I think Minecraft's one of those things though. It's like a weird thing that it seems to just keep having new people come to it, generations.
Well, yeah, it's like it's a because it's not ending. It's a
No,
continuous.
it's quite
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like playing Minecraft. I find playing Minecraft the most boring thing in the world. I like watching people be creative in Minecraft.
yes. Wow. So I think Minecraft one of those weird things that it kind of encompasses so many different regions of creativity. And for me, what I found most creative was Redstone initially, and then command blocks.
Right.
So I was really fascinated by writing command blocks and writing scripts for command blocks. And then, of course, I became an electronic engineer where my job is now designing circuits and writing code. So all the fun out of Minecraft, I can now just do, in real life.
Yeah.
Which
So
means,
I like there's a YouTube channel called Animator versus Animation. Um and it's by Alan Becker. Basically it's a series, and it's basically stick figures who end up fighting a bunch, and a lot of it is using Minecraft assets and things like that. So it's a lot of like, but I'm like, that's not the game. That's people using the game's assets to make cool animation, and I like that's really cool. I really like that. The videos are always fun, high effort, high like reward. Like there's a story as well, so you're like, oh
yeah.
okay. But like that sort of fun thing. Like I've watched Speedy's like Minecraft series and things like that, KYR Speedy and all of that. Like where they do like Purge and Pokemon and all of that. I'm like, yeah, that interests me. I will never play it because I find it the most boring shit when I play, because I don't like having no direction in a video game.
Yeah,
I like knowing I have to do this, and I am following a linear path where I can
So
have
when I
slight
used to play
spikes.
Minecraft, because I get you from that, I had that mindset. So my linear path there was more get these items to start making these farms, and then make these farms to start then getting these items, then make more farms, and then do that. Until then I got to the point where I made all the farms I wanted. I then got bored and decided to just stop playing. And I
Okay,
would come
Google,
back a
turn on
little bit
lights.
later and play again.
Bam. I'm not
But
in
yeah, I get what you're saying.
darkness
'Cause
anymore.
I'm the same. I need a bit of direction in games. I don't mind being somewhat creative. Yeah,
Well,
I
this is
think
the
it's
thing.
good to let people
If you want to
choose.
know how much of a like I am a more of a story-driven person, I actually liked playing Call of Duty stories like more than I did the multiplayer. Like I don't really like COD's multiplayer. I like playing the COD storyline. And so when they stopped doing like storylines like with effort, I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
And then when I stopped playing COD and all of the storylines have started kicking back in, and I'm like, yeah, well, whatever. I'll
There's
play.
so many better games out there.
Oh yeah, but like I'm like, okay, cool.
I love the Destiny story when it was going on.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I've not played it since, and it's gone to shit. So
I don't think it's gone to shit. I think it's just I'm not engaged in it because it's so hard to get into because they take it away.
yeah, but the game's gone now anyway. Really, like,
Well, we got
it's not
Marathon.
there.
They gave a Marathon reveal trailer, and you got to
They
see.
did. Did you see it?
Yeah, it looks fine. It's
Yeah, I
basically
just
what
don't
they
care.
did with Destiny at the first stage, where it's like, hey, it's an ever-evolving world, and we're gonna keep adding to it, and we haven't actually finished it. I'm like, can we just get a
Yeah.
finished game now, please? Like Bungie, I love
Based
you.
on how they treated Destiny, I am staying far the fuck away from Marathon.
Well, it's a weird one because I feel it's one of those things where people are like, it should be free to play, and I'm like, I don't agree, but I agree. I don't think it should be 40 quid, which I imagine it will be. I feel like it's a 20 quid game.
I think it's 30.
Okay, still, I think it should be like 20 or 15. I don't think it should
Yeah,
be
what's Helldivers 2?
25.
Because that's the equivalent, basically.
Yeah, but I think it should be less because it's not even a finished game, really.
Yeah, to be fair, Helldivers 2 is such a popular game.
Well, that was also they put music when I went to the PlayStation concert, which was like,
Oh, did you?
well, yeah, because it was like, here's our
It's
massive.
35 for Helldivers 2.
Okay, so yeah, I think I got it for 25 when I bought it.
Oh, you own it? Oh, you actually played it?
Yeah, I own it. I've played it like twice. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, it's because it's an extraction shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very repetitive. And because I bought it on PC, it's such a hassle to get a controller to work. and then I can't do mouse and keyboard, so I'm like, ugh. And then it's just like no one else wants to play. Or it was one of those things where everyone was playing it, and then as soon as I got it, everyone stopped playing it. I was like, okay, I see how it is. I'm not enough for you guys to come back. But my issue with Destiny is just that it's so hard to get anyone else to play it because of how much of a commitment it is to play. Because
I think my problem with Destiny at the moment is that you kind of need that new stuff all the time, and I think
I honestly don't know why they don't just let like, I don't give a shit. Make the game as big as it needs to be file size wise, but just put everything back into it. I don't care. Just put the whole fucking thing back in. Make it take up 600 gigs, whatever. I don't care. But like, the people who are playing Destiny 2 are the type of people who will not play anything else other than Destiny 2.
yeah,
Just
that's true. I mean,
just
I would happily.
but you can get an expanded storage device. It's fine. But just let the file size be huge and add the whole story back in.
You can't modularize.
Well, yeah,
Take out
even if
regions.
yeah, just have it so you do like COD's thing where you have like the story you can download and you can play the story, or you can have multiplayer, download that.
You
Like,
could probably just have like base regions or something. Or I don't know.
or just give people the story again so that you can play it with your friends, the whole story, and you're not missing shit because you didn't play it that 1 month.
I think the whole Destiny needs to be Destiny 3 at this point, really.
Well, they're not gonna do Destiny.
I would say
I
if
don't
they
even
do
know if
Destiny
Bungie is
3
gonna live.
No, probably not. I think Marathon will kill it
If
off.
Marathon
I
is a
don't think-
flop, Bungie is getting gutted again, and then PlayStation is shutting it down.
Well, PlayStation may just take the IP and time to fuck off and then do whatever the fuck they want with it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like PlayStation
I
can
hope
easily
not.
just make Destiny by themselves.
I hope not, because the one thing that is promising about Marathon is that they've said that the gunplay is still good. Like the
I think it's
actual
the same as Destiny gameplay.
well, but that is the best gunplay I have
A
ever
long
played.
time to kill. Like it requires a little bit more strategy, a little bit more thought behind things.
Yeah, but it's that like it's the
But it also means it won't be easy to get into because Destiny gunplay isn't easy to get into.
no. But I'm also
Like
like
it's not like COD where it's like, oh, just
pick
just
up and go.
and
Every
shoot.
every gun feels the fucking same.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I probably won't give it a go in the immediate future. I mean, if they get it for free, at any
If
point, I'll
they
give it a go.
do what they should do, which is put it on PlayStation Plus for that month, give it to people for free, then charge. Do what like Rocket League did, where it initially launched for free.
Yeah.
Get people in so that 1 month they go, okay, I'll give it a go. Get the servers full, then let the game be paid for. That is the best way to release that game. Because if you're going to charge for it, let it be on PlayStation Plus for a month so you get the numbers. And then if people want to play it after because people are telling them it's good, then people will go buy it. Do not release it full price or whatever it is at launch. Make it free, give it to people, then put it out after that month. And if people like it, people will pay for it. It's the easiest thing.
No, that is
And
true. I think, to be fair, that probably is actually a good business motto for a lot of the Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus things.
Well, Game Pass they
But any
won't
kind of,
do
like-
because Game Pass will stay free forever. But PlayStation
Well, no,
Plus.
but I mean, like, if you had like a new live service game, like have like live service games like rotational on these PS Plus platforms, because
Yeah.
then you're right, it gives people a chance to have a go playing it, and then if they do like it, they'll buy the full game.
Yeah, maybe. But they won't. That would be smart business practices, and
Yeah.
like they just want instant success, like Concord, and then people don't play it because it's 40 quid and it's kind of generic, and it's like, oh no. Anyway, you want to talk about this thing, Stolen Girl?
Oh, I've only just started watching it, and it's been quite good. To be fair, at the start, I'm halfway through, and it's just a thriller, really. It's on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you want to
yeah,
know
I think
something,
Disney
Dan?
Plus is actually like FX.
You'll
Seems to
like
actually.
you'll like Andor because the blonde lady is in Andor.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's one of the villains.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything too special, but it's definitely like a classic thriller, really, like TV show. Like British.
You and your
Also, it's British
thrillers.
as well, which is nice.
Hmm. Well, that's Star Wars for you. It's mostly British people.
Yeah, because of the best actors. Wait, what? Sorry, I didn't say that.
No, it's because we can do Nazis very well without having to get Nazis.
Just English people make good villains normally, don't they?
Yeah, well, there's that band Jaguar ad where it's Tom Hiddleston, Mark Strong, and someone else. And they're just driving Jaguars and going, "It's good to be bad." And then it got banned because it was like, "It's going to promote unlawful driving." Ah,
Yeah.
no, it won't. People are going to drive like shit for anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no difference if it's lawful or not.
Mm.
I was going to say, what I did watch this month was I went to see Rod Gilbert in Cardiff,
Mm-hmm.
and that was wow. To quote what he said, if you haven't watched the blurb, you're going to be in for a shock. And I didn't watch the blurb because the whole show was about his cancer treatment.
Nice.
Because he essentially nearly died. Like it was bad. He had head and neck cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Look, Danny's talking about you here. Fantastic nights in Cardiff. Thanks to you, everyone who came along, to our wonderful bucket collection volunteers, and to all who donated. Did you donate, Dan?
I didn't donate then. When I got home.
Despicable.
Yeah, and then because he was actually a patron at the cancer charity for like 12 years, and then he got diagnosed and actually got treatment at that place.
Mm-hmm.
And he was making jokes about it. It was like, yeah, but donated like I did all this money, and I expect that I'd get like the VIP treatment, like the M&S, like some M&S chemo.
That would be shit chemo.
And,
Just having sandwiches pumped in through your veins.
I had to it's like I had to walk past like the hallway every day with this fucker picture of himself like staring at me saying you can do it. I think I'm not very good at repeating the jokes, but it was really funny. But
A
it was
joke
really
repeated
emotional
is not
towards the end.
funny. That's the easiest way to do
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Which is why...
Comedians actually, it's the way they deliver, isn't it? Not what they say.
Yeah. Well, we had a long discussion about that at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It is the setup of a joke.
He lost because the radiotherapy actually affected him quite badly because he lost his saliva glands, and he also lost nearly all his hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was wearing like hearing aids on the stage. So during the performance, he kept changing it. He was going, "Well, if this is a shit gig, at least I make it better." Well, for me anyway. You don't just have to sit there. But towards the end, he actually did like a little kind of mini documentary about this whole treatment, and it was really emotional. Like, it gave you a tear in your eye, really. But I mean, he made a full recovery. And honestly, if you go see the show, he's funny as always.
Yeah, I know of him. I don't think I've watched stuff he's in when he's like on panel shows, but I don't think I've actually watched anything he's like actual comedy.
He's quite good at stand up. He gets quite aggressive, and I just really passionate about.
Well, he's Welsh, so that explains it.
Yeah, because a lot of this was basically complaining about his taxi driver. So because he had to get radiotherapy every day, he had like a rota system with his friends because he couldn't drive. So he only had 4 friends. So on the 5th day, he had to get a chauffeur to drive him everywhere. And he just basically went on a massive rant about his chauffeur driver. About him just being really incompetent. And on the chauffeur basically made him miss his last day of treatment. So apparently he was wearing... So he literally, the chauffeur took him to the treatment center like for 5 times already. And on the last time, Rod was there like in a t-shirt and shorts and flip-flops. He even showed a picture of himself as well. Like he was just wearing this and he fell asleep in the back of the cab because he was so ill. And then he woke up in North Wales. instead of Cardiff. And he was like, what the fuck? He was like, oh, I thought you said you wanted to go to Aberdeen. And he was like, of course I don't want to fucking go to Aberdeen. What the fuck would I want to go to Aberdeen? I'm here by myself, no belongings. He was like, oh, I thought you might just be here to, like, to celebrate. I was like, who the fuck's celebrating in Aberdeen? And then he said about because he Googled his diagnosis and he was like, don't ever Google it, because as soon as he Googled it, it said he had 6 weeks left to live. And then he told his taxi driver, and his taxi driver said, oh, when did you Google it? He said, oh, 2 weeks ago. And his taxi went, oh, at least you've got 4 weeks left then. And he was like, that's not how it fucking works. If that was how it works, I wouldn't bother with chemo. I just keep Googling it every 2 weeks. I'd be fine. Yeah, honestly, it's so good.
Nice. And then you also did active reality.
Oh, yeah, I did it with my girlfriend. That was funny as fuck. So we did the experience in Bath. So there was, so it's like like a room. We did 3 games. We did one which was Overcooked. We did a TDM and then we did like a tower defense game. And Overcooked was quite good, but then TDM, I just kept scaring the shit out of my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I kept up on the corner and just shooting her with like a grenade launcher. Brilliant fun, honestly. I actually recommend doing this. It's actually a lot more fun with doing this with friends than it is just doing VR by yourself at home.
How dare you? I have VR. I'm a sad man who loves playing it.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive either, I think. It was quite good.
Yeah, let me just go into a virtual reality world.
Yeah, there you go. You're now part of the Ready Player One universe.
Yep.
When it has a fucking dystopian future that uses that shit.
I mean, the Ready Player One universe was shit because it was a crap movie, not because, like.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, I reckon if we ever did get to that stage, or the stage that Mark Zuckerberg thinks with the Horizon metaverse thing is, we'll get. I don't know. I think it will still be shit because there's just shit people in it. Like, if you look at the real world, which is the escape where, like, video games are the escape that people want, and if you look at VR chat, that is the experience you will get no matter what the level of VR it is. You will, oh, hello. That looks like my microphone has stopped recording on Audacity. Oh well.
Okay, guess this is not getting
No, you
published.
No. This will be. We'll just rip the audio from this.
Okay.
I'll do that.
I can still give you my audio. You might be able to splice it. I don't know.
Who knows? It'll be fine. But yeah, no. Like that like VR chat is the most accurate representation of what any level of VR would be. It is people with complete anonymity being degenerate with stolen copyrighted properties.
Yeah.
Like, that is what any sort of level of human interaction on a VR platform would be. Hey, I don't have to show my face to have no consequences in this virtual reality world. I will just be a fucking degenerate. There's a 14-year-old boy on here. Ooh, I'm gonna get him. That is what the world is. And let's talk about Easter, Dan, because that seems to be everything.
Oh yeah, last thing happened Easter. I ate so much food. I'll be honest.
I ate a lot of Easter eggs because it's the best chocolate.
I haven't eaten one Easter egg.
I have
more. I've just not eaten them.
I think I had at least 7 Easter eggs.
7?
Yeah, at least 7. It's the best chocolate, man. And like, as I am an adult now, I can buy my own Easter egg. So there's nothing stopping me from just going to Tesco's and just buying their reduced Easter eggs when they're on sale. Or, okay. Well, that's what annoys me about, like, Easter at the moment is they seem to just auto send the chocolate eggs back once Easter is done. There's no, they go down in price and you can buy them. Also, Easter eggs are so expensive now.
They are. bloody so expensive.
Well, it's annoying because Tesco's, they do club card prices, right? But club card prices
Yeah.
just brings it down to what it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm still spending like £2 or £4 on an Easter egg. And it's £8 if I don't have a club card. So it's like, great. I'm not saving anything. You've just jacked up the price if I don't have a club card.
So over Easter, I had.
They're almost as expensive as American eggs, just regular.
Honestly, that's so funny. The American eggs, like the fact they, we did it last year, but the fact they did the confiscating of so many eggs.
Mm.
But during Easter, I had 3 roast dinners in 24 hours.
That is a dream.
Which is even more mental when you consider it was actually 2 roast dinners in 5 minutes.
How the fuck do you have 2 in 5 minutes?
Well, within 5 minutes of each other.
Did you just
So
have like
one
one and then have seconds?
Well, I had one, and then
Were you at a
asked,
Toby Carvery?
No, so it was on my partner's parents. So the first day it went to my parents on Sunday evening, and then it went to Monday afternoon her parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I had the roast dinner there, and then they were like, "Oh, anyone want some leftovers?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a little bit of leftovers if there's some going." And then her dad dished it up for me, and I'm pretty sure he gave me all the leftovers. So much so it was another roast dinner.
So you say that like it's like you've eaten a load. I do that every time I go to my dad's for a roast dinner. Is I have like the equivalent of a second meal every time because it's such a.
I was so full. I was so full. My stomach was hurting so much. And the thing is, they made dessert as well, homemade dessert. So I had to eat the homemade dessert as well. And then because I had seconds of that, I now got this reputation of eating food. So I had to get seconds of the dessert as well.
You don't have to have seconds, Dan. You can say no.
I felt the peer pressure. I had to do it.
Cowardice. You should stand up for yourself. You can say you're not hungry or get it as takeaway and bring it back.
I felt so rough. I was like, I got home and I was like, I feel rough.
Do you know? Well, I have that thing. If I don't have seconds, I like having seconds. But if I don't have seconds because I'm like feeling ill or something, my family looks at me like I am dying. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, I think that wraps up most of what happened this month. We didn't talk about politics because fuck that. It's annoying. Elon Musk may be leaving the Doge and going back to Tesla because Tesla's stock price dropped 70%. So we may be able to get a break. But yeah, it was still shit. The world is still fucked. Who would have thought? But I had distractions this month, so I didn't really pay that much attention.
Yeah, I'm not intending too much attention to American politics.
Canada, don't vote for the person who would let Donald Trump let him have the 51st state.
Yeah, it seems like the markets have settled a little bit.
Oh no, they're settled for the what? 3 months that he's put a pause on some of the tariffs, and then as soon as those tariffs drop, they'll go down again.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I think it's kind of settled at the moment, so I'm kind of.
It's settled low, and then what will happen is the tariffs will come back in, and they'll drop again, and then they'll settle low again, and we'll continue having more and more just dents in the economy.
I don't understand the tariffs, right? Because all it does is just cause more problems for the U.S. citizens and just everyone.
Don't give a shit. It's all insider trading, Dan. He is gutting.
It is fully insider trading.
Yeah.
There's the fact he was on his Truth Social. It was like, yeah, by the way, you should invest now because I'm going to release.
I'm doing Trump coin again. Buy it now.
Yeah,
buy my political favor by buying this thing that is unregulated by the government that I can get money from foreign investors. And my wife's got one, and my sons have got them, and all of this bullshit.
It's very simple. Just don't put a criminal in charge.
Well, no, he's not a criminal anymore. Those got dropped. Because he became prime minister.
Because he became the president.
Yeah, he became the president again, so they dropped the charges. So he's not a criminal. Which also meant that, was it Ronald Reagan who did Watergate?
Yeah.
I think also by that logic that he was innocent of all his crimes. So
They're not
America.
innocent, they're just not prosecuted.
Yeah, but that Americans don't understand that, Dan. They go, he's not guilty. Like it's OJ Simpson. It's like he was like acquitted based on like less than circumstantial evidence, but everyone knows he fucking killed his wife and
Oh,
that
yeah.
other guy, and it's just like, well, he wasn't guilty because the court said it, and he's not guilty.
I think that was more of a problem with just the justice system.
Well, that's how the
Just the
Kardashians came
cases.
into the light because the one of the Kardashians' dad was the guy who got OJ out of jail.
Hasn't like Kim Kardashian now? Is she now studying law or something?
Well, it's weird. Yeah, she is studying law, but I think that's more to do with like trying to make herself look smarter, and also because Kanye West is a psychopath and she wants not no as much legal action as she can get against him in court, so she never has to give her kids to him. I imagine. Also, she's going to trial, not for her, but like 2016, she got mugged at gunpoint and whatnot, and a bunch of her stuff got. And now the trial is finally happening 9 years later, or however
Yeah.
many. And it's like, wow, American courts really quick. And that's the problem because they're so fucking slow. They're never going to prosecute Trump during his term. So by the time he gets to his third term, because he's not joking about that, everyone, he will just do it. Yeah, you're fucked. Get him out now, or otherwise he'll never leave. The first 100 days of his presidency are the biggest train wreck in American history.
It's the equivalent of Liz Truss over here. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we should have put a
Only difference is
lettuce.
we didn't vote in Liz Truss.
True. I don't think the American people voted in Donald Trump. I still believe that he actually did the thing that he accused the Democrats of doing, which was rig the election.
Yeah, probably. I would not be surprised.
Because why would he care? If he gets in, he can just say that he didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's been the show. We thank you for watching and listening and all of those fun things. Hopefully the audio version is fine. It doesn't look like it's recording, and I have not noticed. So I don't know how long it stopped recording for. But yeah, we'll see you next month, which is May.
May.
Yeah.
Month 5.
Not much going on in May, I don't think. I might have
Look after
redone my
Doc for 2
office.
weeks.
My car insurance resets in May.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah.
How much is that?
Expensive. Not as expensive, though, because I've been driving for 6+ years, so it's going
The one
down.
that pisses me off is the car tax.
Yeah, car tax is at the beginning of the year for me, so.
That was fucking shit. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Pisses me off.
You
'Cause
buy
I
a...
do the same as mine, where it's a ridiculous amount of money for no fucking reason.
Yeah. But I also have my MOT and stuff coming up, so. I have it on Friday coming up.
Ooh, lovely. Well, good luck.
Well, it's good because Ford does a service plan, and
Yeah.
you can pay for 3 years. But if you're like me, who doesn't drive very far for the year, it basically extends to 6 years because you only need to. Well, yeah, because if you you're paying for mileage or for every 2 years. So
Yeah.
I used to hit the mileage every like year and a bit. So I had to get my service done every certain mileage. I think it was like 12,000 or something like that. So I hit that like every year. And then since moving to my job that I'm currently at, I only do less than 2,000 miles a year. So
I'm in a similar point to you.
I only have, but like, so you can get you basically pay for 3 years on their service plan. Like, I think it's like 19 quid a month. And then they'll still honor your service plans every 2 years and your MOT every 2 years. So you basically pay for 6 years worth of things, but only pay for 3, basically.
Oh, that's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it's worth doing if you haven't. But you have to go to the Ford service garage to do it. Which I used to have one in my town, and then they shut it down, and they're building a Lidl.
Oh, lovely.
So I now have to go somewhere else. And the whole, like, everything that I came back for, because where I worked, there was a cinema, the Ford garage, a gym, and then I've come back home, and the cinema shut down, the Ford garage went away, and I don't go to the gym anymore. So all the things I used to do, it's like,
You're now just stuck at home.
yeah. Oh, no, I know what I'm doing in May. I'm starting rock climbing, so that would be fun.
Oh, that sounds cool. I
Yeah.
want to give it a go. I've just not done it before.
Yeah, well, I used to do it as a kid, and then I used to volunteer it there, so I know what I have to do. But I'm just doing a course, and then I'm probably going to sign up to get sessions to just go.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we'll see you next month. Bye-bye.
Good. Bye. I don't know what. That was weird. Fuck.